Hey folks, Jeff here. Just wanted to give you a brief overview of what's planned for the upcoming Overland Conclave. First, the Conclave convenes on the beautiful Woodlands Nature Reserve in Charleston, South Carolina. This property is thousands and thousands of acres of raw land with many beautiful lakes and clearings. The reserve is private and it rarely opens up its trails for exploration to the public. If you enjoy off-roading, we've got well over 30 miles of off-road trails to explore, but I'll get into that in a little bit. We've got a bunch of activities and great food planned for the weekend. First, I should mention, you don't have to camp, but who wouldn't want to wake up looking at this view? And if you're just not a sleep-on-the-ground type of person, please check out Paradise RV for rentals and sales of RVs, both large and small. They'll be at the Conclave with several models on display. Also on display will be several high-end Overland vehicles restored and upgraded by Land Rover outfitter Arconic SVO, the world's leading specialist in customizing Land Rover Defenders. Arconic is now offering customization services for your rig as well, even if it's not a Land Rover. On Friday night, we'll hear from members of the Lost Bus, 3 young men who transformed a school bus into an RV and spent months traveling across North America, volunteering anywhere they could. After that, we'll wind down with some live acoustic music. On Saturday morning, we'll start with a Raptor flight demonstration from the Center for Birds of Prey at 9:30. After that, we've got combat archery. Think of it as dodgeball with arrows. And no, there are no one-wheels involved. These guys are just showing off. If you're afraid of missing the game, Paradise RV will be hosting the Clemson game at noon. Good smells will be emanating from award-winning pitmaster John Haney's custom-built barbecue rig as he smokes mac and cheese, ribs, and chicken all day. If you want to experience a kayak trip through the pristine Blackwater Swamp, you can book one in advance with Charleston Kayak Company. If you're a one-wheeler, Sarah from the local one-wheel organization will be leading a few group rides. In the afternoon, Andy will tell us how to go from zero to hero with being a suburban beekeeper. Following that, mushroom expert Kenny Rupert will give us the lowdown on mushroom foraging and then lead a mushroom walk in the woods to see what we can find. We'll have an excellent barbecue dinner, which is included with your ticket, followed by a presentation from Tread Lightly, a nonprofit organization that leads a national initiative to promote the responsible use of motorized vehicles when recreating outdoors. Finally, we'll cap the night off with live music from Organic Music. Okay, so that's our list of scheduled activities. Now let's talk just a bit about exploring the trails. You can explore trails with a road-legal vehicle, bikes, or any electric mobility device. We've got 4 or 5 different types of terrain to cover. First, let's talk about the roads. There are miles of roads that any vehicle can traverse. Then there are trails that are mowed in case you have a capable vehicle but are concerned about the paint job. And then there's the old trails that no one has driven on in a long time. Or a long, long time. Sometimes there are obstacles. Some of them we moved. Some of them we left for your driving pleasure. Enjoy. Then there is what feels like an apocalyptic wasteland of the recently timbered areas. Feel free to tear it up as much as you like. You can't possibly do worse than the timber harvesting machinery. Then there's the power line area, which contains trails, marshy bogs, ridges, and tall vegetation. It's easy to get stuck out here, so go with a friend. And check this out. This is probably one of the only places you'll ride where it's good to trample as much vegetation as you can. After years of negotiation, the Nature Reserve has convinced the power company to not dump chemicals in the power line area. But in return, the Nature Reserve is responsible for keeping the vegetation down. So we're in the seemingly paradoxical position of actually helping the environment by rolling over every bit of vegetation you can. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Finally, and this is a last-minute addition, with the help of some volunteers, we created version 1.0 of a challenge course for off-road vehicles. Come make a loop around the pond and see how you do. We look forward to seeing it. So that's what we have going on this weekend. If you're free, I hope you'll come out and support what we're doing. If you can't make it this year, please follow us on social media to be alerted for future events. Finally, Thanks to the Woodlands Nature Reserve for working with us to make this event possible. I hope to see you there.